All right, so imagine this. It's the middle of the night, pitch black. You're walking along this, like, barely there path, right? Every little sound, every leaf crunching just sends shivers down your spine. You know, your heart's pounding with every whispered word, every little hidden sign getting you closer and closer to freedom.
Wow.
That's the world we're stepping into today. The kind of shadowy, courageous world of the Underground Railroad.
It really is such a captivating story, isn't it? And it wasn't a real railroad, of course.
Right.
But a secret network that spanned the U.S., especially in the 19th century.
Yeah.
And it was this lifeline for enslaved people so desperate to escape the brutality of the South.
Yeah, talk about high stakes. Like, every single step was a gamble.
Absolutely.
And not just for those escaping, but for the people, you know, risking everything to help them. You said it wasn't an actual railroad,
right?
But were there, like, actual stations?
Yes. These stations, they were the safe houses, the hidden spots along the route. We're talking attics, basements, even like concealed rooms, anywhere people could offer temporary shelter, you know, churches, homes, barns.
Wow.
The bravery of those helping freedom seekers was just astounding.
Talk about trust and courage, man.
Yeah.
And all this had to happen, like, under the cover of darkness, right?
Yeah.
I mean, imagine the fear, the need to just be totally silent.
Absolutely. It was mainly nighttime travel. They relied on the stars, coded messages, even signals sewn into quilts. Can you believe that?
Wow, that's incredible.
Help guide them. Just imagine, like, the sensory overload, every little sound, you know, amplified by fear. This wasn't just about running away, you know. It was fighting for their humanity, their dignity. It was a complete defiance of a system that treated them as less than.
Yeah, yeah. It really makes you think about the mental strength involved, too.
Absolutely.
You know, it wasn't just like a physical escape. It was this whole psychological battle every step of the way. And you mentioned some incredible people who helped make this happen. People like Harriet Tubman.
Yeah.
She wasn't just along for the ride, was she?
No. She was like a conductor, you know, a beacon of hope. Harriet, she escaped herself and then went back into the danger zone.
Wow.
Over and over again. 13 trips, over 300 people guided to freedom, risking her life every single time.
That's amazing.
She even used disguises and strategies, like timing escapes to coincide with holidays.
Oh, smart.
Or bad weather to throw off the pursuers.
Talk about fearlessly staring down danger.
Right.
And she wasn't alone, right? You have people like Frederick Douglass and William Lloyd Garrison fighting from, like, a different angle.
Exactly. Douglass, a former enslaved person himself, he used his powerful voice, you know, his writing, to expose the horrors of slavery and advocated to end it. And Garrison, through his newspaper, The Liberator,
Right.
he was relentless in his anti-slavery campaign, you know, constantly raising awareness and urging people to act.
It's just incredible, like, how those individual stories connect to this larger movement, this whole network of resistance. But how did they keep it all under wraps? I mean, secrecy was key, right?
He was absolutely essential.
Yeah.
And that's where the real ingenuity comes in. Think secret codes, messages hidden in plain sight, you know, even songs with double meanings to signal danger or safety. There were intricate communication methods. Each person often knew only their small part of the network to protect the whole operation.
It really makes you appreciate the, like, resourcefulness and sheer will of everyone involved, you know, to like adapt constantly, think on their feet, and just trust each other, like, implicitly.
That's right.
It's just amazing. It's no wonder that the impact of the Underground Railroad was so huge.
Yeah, think about it. Thousands of people reaching freedom, but it's bigger than just individual escapes, you know. The Underground Railroad represented resistance.
Yeah.
It was chipping away at the very foundation of slavery. It fueled the abolitionist movement.
Right.
Ultimately leading up to the Civil War and the end of that brutal system.
It really is a, like, testament to the human spirit, you know?
Yeah.
That unyielding pursuit of freedom. The Underground Railroad kind of forces us to confront some big questions, you know? Like, what does it really mean to be free? And how far would we go to secure that freedom for ourselves and for others?
It's a powerful legacy that we still feel today.
For sure.
A reminder of the courage it takes to stand up for what's right, even when facing immense danger. And it compels us to ask, how are we continuing that fight for justice and equality in our own time?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
For all of us to think about.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks.